start in Sukhasana, so this is easy seated pose. And just begin to tune in by taking a cleansing breath in through the nose. And exhale, release. And just if it feels safe to you to close your eyes, just begin to tune in to the body, the space, creating your cave or sacred container for your practice today. This week we are focusing on nourishing the inner self. This is a practice of deepening our self-care practices, cultivating inner warmth, and preparing us for this transition into the next season. So this practice is going to emphasize relaxation and self-care and nurturing the body, the mind, and the spirit as we make that journey into fall. So go ahead and just think of tuning in with the body, kind of scanning through and noticing anywhere that may be calling to your attention here in this moment. Anything that's speaking to you, a sensation, a feeling. And practicing non-judgment, just noticing and reflecting on the theme of nourishing the mind, the body, and the spirit. Cultivating warmth within, caring for ourselves. You may take a moment to set an intention here. Somewhere around that theme, if there's some part of you that is seeking a little more attention right now. We'll begin with a pranayama practice, which is breathwork. And this is called Durga Pranayama. And this practice, we're going to be sitting in Sukhasana, and as we breathe, we're going to allow the breath to fill the belly first, then the lungs and the chest. You just imagine the belly filling first, and then the lungs and the chest. And then as you exhale, going in the reverse order. So exhaling from the chest, lungs, and then the belly. And we'll do this for about 3 minutes. And we'll just focus on a nice, smooth, even breath, focusing on those areas as the breath fills them, creating some space and a sense of calmness. So we'll inhale through the nose, filling the belly, chest and lungs. Exhale, chest and lungs. And then empty the belly. Inhaling into the belly, chest and lungs. Exhale, chest and lungs. Empty the belly. And go at your own pace for the next couple of minutes, just tuning inward. It's a great practice of release, creating space for something new, letting go of things that don't serve you. notice if anything comes up just as you give yourself the space to breathe. We don't often give ourselves the space to breathe, to pause. So don't be surprised if things start to arise. Just notice and let them drift away. No judgment, no attachment here. Just observing, drawing awareness, and releasing. And release the breath. We'll come into butterfly, bringing the soles of the feet together, letting the knees fall open. You can place blocks underneath the knees or your thighs for support at whatever level works for you. And we're just lengthening the spine here. On the inhale, reaching the crown towards the sky, and on the exhale, walking the hands out and letting the head hang heavy and the spine round. Here, with each breath, we're just allowing the breath to fill the body. In any areas of tension, just softening and allowing that release to really nourish your body. Focusing on grounding and connecting with the earth below, and finding ease with the breath and the mind. In Yin Yoga, we hold postures for about 3 to 5 minutes each. So if that seems a little too long for you in any of these, feel free to gently back out and just come to a position that feels comfortable for you. We want to listen to our bodies as we're taking the time to deepen these self-care practices. inhale, walk the hands back, bringing the head up last, and just pausing at the top. Rolling the shoulders up and away from the ears, shoulder blades down the back. And maybe just doing some gentle back rolls here, just release. Moving into caterpillar. We'll bring the legs out long in front of us, and you can place your blanket under your knees for comfort, if you'd like a little extra support. Keep your blocks close by. We'll find that nice long spine again, flexing the toes towards the body, and then walking the hands out until you meet some type of resistance. This may be our bellies touching our legs, or some tension in the hamstrings. Wherever that stopping point is, that's where we're going to allow the spine to round and bring our head towards the earth, or to blocks here. You can use the blocks in whatever way to bring some support for your forehead. You can also just stay in this upright position if you'd like, just working on lengthening the spine here and drawing the shoulders down away from the ears. So finding where you'd like to be. This pose, as we're folding inward, it's an invitation for us to reflect, to have some introspection, anything that's been coming up for you, just notice it. Notice how your body feels as you breathe here. And imagine following the breath from the crown of your head to the soles of your feet. And walk the hands back, rolling the shoulders back, head up last. Just taking a pause here. And then we'll move into child's pose, Balasana. You can bring the blanket to your mat here to support the knees if you'd like. We'll bring the big toes together, and knees width of the mat or a little bit inward. The more you bring your knees inward, the more support you'll have for your lower back. So just find what feels good to you there. So we'll sink the hips down towards the earth and then walk the hands out towards the front of the mat. Just think about on each exhale, sinking the hips down. Opening the heart. And just connecting the heart with the earth here, just imagining being held by Mother Earth, seeking nourishment. Noticing the breath. Gaze comes towards the hands. And we'll shift our weight forward, coming into Sphinx pose. I'm going to move my blanket out of the way because we'll be using that for the next posture. So, coming into Sphinx pose with our belly on the mat and elbows under the shoulders or to the edges of the mat. This lessens the load on the lower back. So if your lower back is sensitive at all today, make the choice that feels best. Here we're pressing our bellies into the earth. We're really pushing away from the earth here with our arms and opening the heart center, drawing the shoulder blades together. Your gaze can come between our hands. You can let the head hang heavy or place the head on a block, however you need to feel supported here. Each inhale, just softening the body, the lower back, giving some love to our spine, nourishment. And exhale, just allowing that release of anything that's being held here, anything you need to let go of. And exhale, release. Slowly lower all the way down to the mat. Bring your forearms to the top of the mat and just resting your head. Take about 5 breaths here just to reset. Give the spine a moment to relax. Okay, so for half frog, we're going to put our blanket to the side and bring our leg to a 90-degree angle-ish. It can be wherever feels comfortable to you. So if 90 degrees feels good to you, you can also fold the blanket more to give more support under that knee or under the thigh. Just find where you'd like to be, and then we'll bring the body to the earth, and you can just rest your forehead on your hands. As we're breathing here, we're breathing into the opening of the front side of the hip. This is one of the few poses that does access the psoas muscle. This is a place that can be really difficult to reach, to release. Most exercises or stretches can't really access this area. So by doing a half frog pose, we're releasing some of that tension in the psoas, and this actually helps to regulate your nervous system. So if you feel kind of ungrounded throughout your week or your day, you can always utilize this pose just to take a few moments to breathe and release and reset. So we're nourishing our nervous system here, just breathing into that space on the front side of the hip. We'll release, bringing that leg back around. Be stretching through the legs, soles of the feet reaching towards the back of the room. And then switching to the opposite side. So we'll move our blanket over. We'll draw that opposite knee up. And find your resting place. We'll just notice here if this side feels any different. We're just noticing, not judging, just noticing how different our bodies can be from one side to the other. One side may feel more open, more accessible. The other side might not be, might be a little more tense. We're just inviting that to soften, to ease towards the earth, releasing any tension here. This is part of our hips. They hold a lot of our emotions. A lot of tightness can be trapped here. Release. Bring the hands under the shoulders and press back. We'll bring our bolster to our mat for supported fish. And you can use your bolster, or you can place a block in the middle of your mat and one at the top in the lower setting. And this one's going to go between your shoulder blades, and this one will be for your head to rest. So whichever variation you would like to take, if you take the bolster, you just place it behind the hips and then slowly lower down. I like to kind of see where I'm at with my blocks and then lower down. Make any adjustments that you need here. You can have the knees bent or the legs out long. We'll bring the arms out to a T. Just breathe into the heart space, connecting here maybe with your intention that you set at the beginning of practice. Noticing how the heart center feels. As we breathe here, creating space, opening ourselves up to the loving energy of the universe, healing energy in the heart center, maybe even imagining a warm light here at the center of the chest, just nourishing our heart space, providing comfort. Go ahead and release whatever way is intuitive to you. Maybe going to one side. And coming all the way back down to the mat on our backs. We'll just draw the knees in towards the body.
Grabbing on wherever you can, shins or the back of the thighs. Just give a little rock side to side. And we'll drop the feet back down to the mat, hip distance apart. And just windshield wiper the knees back and forth, keeping the hips in contact with the earth. Just isolating that movement into our legs, into that hip joint. As we come to each side, exhaling and inhaling as we slowly draw through center, and exhaling to the opposite side. This is a nice somatic movement you can do. Helps to release any anxiety or stress you're feeling throughout your day that just feel a little anxious. You can pause and hopefully find a place to lay down that is comfortable and clean to be able to do this, or just do it at the evening before bed. It's really nice as well. And the next time the knees are to the right, go ahead and let them fall to the right. You can place a block underneath your thighs, maybe shift the hips to the left and just create some space there to come into a spinal twist, bringing the arms out to a T and the gaze coming over the left fingertips. So we're looking the opposite way than where our knees are pointed. And as you breathe here, just focus on the belly and just kind of creating some space to detoxify, to give some nourishment to our organs. As we twist here, we're massaging our organs. So each exhale, even with our intention just to release and to deepen that twist. And inhale, draw the knees back up through center. Shift the hips. And take a stretch or draw the knees in towards the body. And when you're ready, moving into the opposite side. You need to shift the hips to the right and let the knees fall to the left and place a block underneath that bottom thigh. Need a little support. And bringing the arms out to a T and gaze coming over the right fingertips. On the inhale, draw the knees back up through center and shift the hips. We'll move into supported bridge. So you'll want one of your blocks and you'll be putting it on this lowest setting where the shortest side is facing out and the largest surface is facing up. So you're going to place it underneath your sacrum. So as you press into the soles of your feet, you'll lift your hips, and then you'll just place that block under your sacrum, which is just below your lower back, and then allow the body to rest there. So the weight is going to be in the shoulders here. We have our knees bent. Good. Okay. So just allow the weight to shift into the shoulders. Maybe tuck the chin in towards the chest a little to create some length in the back of the neck. As the shoulders are pressed to the earth here, just imagine anything that's weighing heavy on you right now being released in that area, just softening. Press through the soles of the feet, lifting the hips and releasing the block. Lower the hips down, taking the final postures you would like to take for finding Shavasana. Bringing the legs out long, arms at the sides, palms facing up. Let the feet fall open. And taking a cleansing breath in through the nose. And exhale, sigh it out. Just allow yourself to rest here and to integrate all the work that you've done today. Letting go of any judgments about anything that did or didn't happen as expected. Just giving yourself permission to just be here and invite your practice to be perfect exactly as it is. Wiggle the fingers and toes. Create some movement. Maybe take a big stretch. And make your way back to Sukhasana. Easy seated pose. Nice and slow. We'll take a moment with our hands over the heart space. Just finding some gratitude for carving out this time and this space on our mats today. Taking the time from our busy days to just be here to nourish our mind, our body, and our spirit from the inside out. Thank you so much for being here and for joining me for this practice to practice self-care and to nourish our inner self. It is my greatest wish that you carry the benefit of this practice with you throughout the rest of your evening, your week, and beyond. Sat Nam, may you align with your favorite versions of you. Thank you.